was this article linked to supposed to disagree with me? What do you?
This is very true. People in positions of power care more about maintaining a system than improving it. If you want to improve, you need to have something monetary attached to it.
Yep, true.
Also, meetings are only good if they have a purpose and product from it.
True. And every single company that has some large program or some code that could be maintained, every single dollar that they spend on you trying to optimize your program could be better spent working on another project. And that's the problem with capitalism, boys, is that when you're for profit and you're always incentivized to work at profit, you never want to refine anything. You only ever want to work on new projects. That's it. Why the fuck would you clean up some other code that you've made when you could just assign people to work on some new shit? Like, as long as it's not broken, as long as you still, and when I say broken, what I mean is, as long as you've still got a way to collect money from customers, you leave it the fuck alone, okay?
So, you're right in a lot of ways. There are a lot of companies that stick to that, but there's also a huge shift right now for what's called digital transformation, or some old blah 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 buzzword transformation.
99 levels of irony
that's
on the
moving
wall.
Companies towards
Take one down,
giving them
meme
the
it
ability
around
to
100
focus on those
levels
features.
of irony on
Wait,
the
hold
wall.
on. Repeat that last part again.
There are. I lost my train of thought. There are companies that are taking the move to change the way they're doing business so they can focus on those features. It's a big movement right now. Lots of huge companies. I know Delta has done it. I know that so for their app, for their what do you call it? Granted, this still sucks in some ways, but Delta has done some really cool stuff with upgrading their mobile app. A lot of companies
people will upgrade their shit. I'm just talking about the general commitment to projects. But yeah, of course, if it's about adding new features, yeah, of course companies will add new features. If they think changing a mobile app or some shit can give them more more customers, then they'll do that.
Spend, yeah.
And you know what the real goal is? And you're completely missing it?
Talking.
Uh-oh.
Cake.
What?
Hey.
You want to know what the real goal is that you're missing?
What's that?
Is automating and optimizing your own job without telling other people, and then getting your shit done in 2 hours a day.
True.
Did you see that guy? The goal. Do you remember the guy back in 2011 who paid some Chinese programmer to remote tunnel in and do all his coding for him, and all he did was view cat videos all day?
That dude got busted big time.
Yeah, he did.
Oh my God, Cake. So I just had to listen to so one of my friends is a maintainer for a pretty large company, and they were complaining to me because, so apparently, I might not explain this right, but apparently the problem they have at their office is that sometimes when they're asked to okay features to the main, I guess you'd say the main branch, right? Some of those features rely on files that have never ever been pushed onto the GitHub before. They're on somebody's network. Yeah. So they'll be asked to push okay, well, isn't this dependent on this thing? It's not these changes, or this hasn't been pushed anywhere. There's no this code isn't published anywhere. And but anytime they question that, they basically get told to fuck off, it works, we've tested it. And they're okay, well, I tested it and it doesn't work. And he's okay, well, it worked 4 days ago. I was okay, but it's on a network drive. No one has any fucking idea what's and multiple people are constantly editing this code. And it's holy shit. Oh my God.
One of our largest applications at work is exactly this way. The code gets put on a network share that goes to the production server, and they've rolled back changes by using shadow copy and shit.
Oh,
There's, 7
shit.
different people.
Yeah.
There's 3 different code repos they use. Some people are using Git, some use SVN, some are using I don't even know what these people do anymore.
It sounds I don't think I could fucking deal with it. I even the dumb low level tech shit at the casino drove me fucking crazy.
This is why I'm not a programmer. I don't think I could handle it actually being a programmer. I think I would just, I don't know. Fuck that.
Well, the thing that drives me crazy, I understand a little bit more now, but it's not random dipshits that are doing this. It's other programmers that are doing this.
Yep.
But I think the problem.
That have been there for 20 years. Too.
Yeah.
It's people that have been doing this forever.
Mm-hmm. But I think I'm understanding more now. Listening to my friend is basically, I think the idea is they probably at one point they probably cared, but when nobody else does, and then people just get mad at you, because you're gonna be the only person on the team screaming at people dude, fucking push the changes to the fucking main branch or whatever. We need to go over this shit or whatever. And everybody's dude, fuck you. Nobody does that shit. Why you? Why? And you're okay, well, at some point, fuck it, okay.
Yeah, so I actually run into this a lot because a lot of my job is finding security vulnerability shit and telling other people hey, this is a problem. You need to fix this. This is why. and then like immediately just getting hate and kickback from everybody and be like, whoa, hold
Yeah,
on.
what the fuck,
Whoa,
dude?
hold on.
We don't do that around these parts. Okay.
Whoa, why did you find out that that's in plain text? I'm like, well, this is a problem. And then,
Okay, well, what are the chances? Okay, so it's only a problem because you're saying it. What are the chances there becomes a problem if we ignore it? And if the chance is low enough, well, fuck it.
Or it just costs too much.
Risk management. Those are decisions you actually have to make.
Yeah, that's where you just say that is not my problem, and you push that way above your pay grade.
Yep.
That's what
and
I
then
do.
you wind up with Equifax, and 150 million social security numbers get leaked. And on one end, everybody's going, "How did that happen?" And on the other end, a lot of people are like, yeah. That's the trade. That's the risk.
It just happens. It's everywhere. Everywhere this happens. Nobody wants that pile of hot potato on them, so you just push it upstream until a VP owns it, and then it's their problem.
But you back up your emails off, the servers so that if you ever get canned, like they try to scapegoat you, you have the copies that say, nope, wasn't me.
Everything in writing, man. CYA. Yep. Everything in writing.
1,000.
Hell yeah.
We've never done it that way, or I've done it this way for 20, 30 years is like the worst fucking problem to deal with programmers.
Oh, yeah. Or it hasn't been a problem for the past 5 years. Why do we need to fix it now? Like, oh my god.
The thing is that like I'm drawing from my friend's experience, my real life experience, and watching The Wire because it all connects. Is that I understand why people would get burned out though. Honest to God, like I even see a lot of similarities between like my carpet cleaning days and this. Like when I was a carpet cleaner and I learned how to do everything right, dude, I wanted to do that job 110%. Like vacuum every room, edge all the corners with your machine, like fucking do the pre-treatments, the post-treatments, the Scotch guard for the carpet. I want to do everything. But then when I started working jobs with other people, right, and they were like, motherfucker, why are you vacuuming first? Like we can just run our machines over this. Like the carpet is not that dirty. Or like, dude, don't edge the room. Like they don't even care. It's a corporate client. It's like, okay. And then at some point, like if you actually try to push, like, well, shouldn't we do this? Like nobody's gonna want to work with you. Like, dude, nobody wants to be that guy that's telling your employees.
Nobody wants that extra work.
Yeah, nobody wants to. And like you're getting paid the same anyway. So like, why the fuck would you care? And it's like, oh, okay.
Push that issue around, yeah. Definitely.
And then after like 2 weeks, like I stopped giving a shit because honest to God, like it takes less time for me. Like
OMG, this is guys describing my life except with the power grid.
Like I might have like a corporate job that I'm doing that's like thousands of square feet of carpet, and it's going to be an 8-hour job. I can get that motherfucker done in 2 hours and go home and play video games. And I did because I just like skip a whole bunch of shit that I'm.
Good managers can facilitate communication by making sure every.
One sec. I'll just like skip a bunch of shit because what the fuck? And then like my boss might, like the corporate client might call in and notice that I skipped some things. So they'll call me back to like reservice like 2 or 3 rooms. And my boss will think he's punishing me. He's like, okay, well you need to go out and you need to do this and I'm not going to pay you for it. I was like, okay. Well, I spent 2 hours on an 8-hour job and now I'm going to go back and spend, 30 minutes, cleaning up my mistake and then I'm done. Like I still spent way less time than if I would have actually done the project right and no one else is. So fuck it,
Dude, that's the same thing of just saying, like, if you're, like, a developer or you work in, like, some sort of engineering or something and you can automate your job, you just do it. You don't even ask. You don't even say that you've done it because the moment you're
going to get more responsibilities.
Yep. Oh, I saved this task and now it's, like, only takes 2 hours to do this instead of 10. Well, guess what? You just got
8 hours of more work. Yep. Hey, real true talk, guys. True talk. If you're getting, here's a thing. If you are at a job and your boss is like, wow, you managed this like really well. You're doing a really good job with this. Like, and you're like, cool. And they're like, I think you're ready to move on to more things. That's code talk for I think you're a sucker and I'm going to get you to do more work for free. Okay? When you sign up for a job, you're being offered a wage for a fucking job. And if you're getting asked to do more shit, you need to get paid more money. Tell them, hey, that's great. I would love to do that, boss. What are you going to pay me for it? And then I'm going to answer. Tell them, fuck off and do your job worse. Okay? Don't ever do your job better than you need to. Okay? If you want to learn how the real world works, you need to work with any company that ever does insurance jobs. Holy shit. You want to see some real scamaz ass shit? You need to watch a company work a job where they're billing insurance. Dude, when we worked water damage jobs at the casino, you'll have this itty bitty fucking like 12 by 16 room with like 8 fucking fans because we charge for the night on those motherfuckers. There'll be 2 massive dehumidifiers in that room. They'll be blowing air for 3 fucking days. Well, ma'am, I'm sorry, but like, the regulation says we have to do blah, blah, blah. Regulation though, when we talk about regulation, what we're really saying is this is the maximum billable units per room that the insurance company will pay us for. And you better fucking believe you will charge every fucking thing you can to insurance. Holy shit. That's why when you get a budget from corporate, you don't try to save money. You spend every fucking dollar because what's happening if you come in under budget? It means you need less money. You know what happens?
They take the money from you.
Yeah,
you
fuck
lose
that. Yeah, there is so much incentivization in private companies to be wasteful and inefficient. It's so funny when people talk about how the government does it. Like private companies do this shit like a motherfucker too.
Also, chat, if you're working from home during all this and you're like, wow, I'm so much more productive, stop. Do the same amount of work. Do the same amount of work you used to do in the office and just do your job. If you're doing 2 hours less of work a day, that's your secret.
That means you need to spend time learning how to, you need to work on scheduling your time better so that you can revisit your computer during other hours of the day to submit your work so it doesn't look like you're doing it all at the same time.
Don't shake the mouse all day. Definitely don't do that, chat.
No.
All right, here comes Fun Police Lycan. If you're a programmer and you can do 5 stories a day or something like that, don't not fucking do 5 stories a day. Like if you're getting by on doing 2, no, because that will get noticed and you won't get fucking promoted. So what they're saying doesn't mean.
Oh, you made a huge mistake, assuming a programmer wants to get promoted. To what? To management? Dude, most programmers hate that shit. They just want to fucking code and sit at their computer and be antisocial fucks.
Fuck that, dude. Like about 5 years ago, I worked for when I was working for a company, and the senior engineer that was hired on that has launched satellites with NASA and a whole bunch of other shit. Long fucking career. He's 56 years old, and he's like getting bullied around by a 33-year-old project manager. And I said, I'm never gonna fucking be that dude. Like,
I mean, you can, but I mean, like, I don't know. I've never heard of a programmer that was happy to get promoted to like some kind of like project lead or management thing. Like most people, I mean, if you're programming, you're already probably a certain kind of person. Except like most of them just want to like work on their fucking bullshit for the day, answer their shit, and then fuck off and go home. They don't want to be in charge of like managing other programmers and projects and communicating with fucking bosses. Like a programmer wants to talk to like one other dude, and that's their fucking project lead, and fuck off everybody else. Not get promoted to some shit where you've got to like interface with 12 other fucking bullshit and like try to make like code understandable for your dumb fuck bosses that have no idea what you're talking about. Like, I don't think most programmers like are interested in that shit.
Or putting them in front of a client.
Holy shit, that's a company mistake, dude. If you take somebody that came out of school for programming and you put them in front of a customer, you deserve all the bad things that happen to your company. Ugh. Wait, did we bully Melly Melly out of here? Oh, way to go. Peach is still here.
Mm-hmm. I don't understand anything about like tech talk stuff.
It's all the same. Everything is the same as everything.
There's like no one. Yeah, there's no way that I'll be able to understand it.
Sure.
Ooh, I got another hot tip.
Peach.
Mm-hmm.
In Minecraft, you've played a lot of Minecraft, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever started off on a new world and you want your tunnels to be perfectly straight when you go mine, 2 blocks separating every one, or 6 if you're tryhard, and you want your chests to be perfectly organized, and at the start of every world, you make 3 or 4 different chests for every different type of item, your tunnels are all nice and neat, and then eventually you run into like a problem where there's like lava in some room, and you're like, okay, I'll fuck it up a little here. I'm not going to like water down and mine the obsidian. Or like you have a couple chests. And you're like, all right, these chests are for any item because fuck it. I'm just going to dump everything in here or whatever. You know how you start off like that and then 6 days later, all of your tunnels are completely fucked. All of your chests are totally flooded with bullshit items. That's basically like every corporate job in a nutshell, more or less. Or any project somebody works on, or that's like, yeah.
Okay. Like it just evolves. It starts off great, but then it's like, oh yeah, like entropy. Like it just starts
Basically, yep.
Chaos. Got it.
And then like you're like, I'm gonna clean this up. I'm gonna take this one chest and organize it. Well, guess what? Now everybody knows that you touched that chest last, and every fucking problem with that chest for the next 6 to 12 months is coming right to you.
Yeah. Or if you've ever gone into somebody's room and you like, the room is a fucking disaster, and maybe you clean it up or whatever, and it's like, it looks like mayhem, then you'll get a customer that comes into the room and be like, what the fuck did you do? Like, where the fuck is my sweater? And you're like, it's hanging up in the closet, like where it belongs. The sweater always goes 2 feet to the left of my bed. I put it on every day I get out. It was supposed to be fucked up. I knew how it worked when it was all fucked up. And now that you've changed it, now I don't understand any of it. None of it works. Like, that's basically, yeah.
Documentation, baby.
Lycan actually documents things. That's cute.
Something documentation is code or some shit.
My code is self-documenting. You can just read it and understand it. Yeah, hell yeah.
One of my buddies told me that like a lot of people don't like to like put certain documentation in code because if they do, everybody goes to them to ask questions about it. But basically what happens is invariably there's like 2 people left at some corporate environment that have any fucking idea like what the code actually does. And then when you go and you ask them questions about it, they don't really know anyway. They can't like help you or answer any real questions. It's just a shit show. And they're like, listen, I did this and it worked for that. Good luck figuring your shit out. Like, and that's basically all it is anyway.
Well, I touched it a couple years ago, so I don't know. Good luck. Try looking at it again.
Yeah. And you get like these like gurus of like the keepers of the old code who are like the only people that ever had hands-on experience with it. Yeah. Fuck all that shit, dude. These sound like nightmare working environments. Oh my god.
Yeah, pretty much.
I was there when the texts were written. Yeah. I think that Trump is right. I think that all political discourse should be banned on YouTube and Twitch streams and Twitter. I think that these people aren't worthy of having political discussions.